What's happening YouTube? Today we are testing what Mikey brought me. Mikey works with us, he's one of the barbers at Raven Barbers, and since I'm using him often for fading and modeling, I thought that I should try his new clippers. He brought me the TPOB, the Pissed Off Barber's clipper and trimmer. We have the plain new set, which he really liked. You liked it, isn't it? And I have a new set as well from JRL, the JRL Lamborghini set, inspired from the Diamante Lamborghini, the new car coming out. I guess it's out already, isn't it? We're not sure, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna set the test. Let me show you the clippers first and how they sound so you can have an idea. This is JRL Clipper. This is the POB play. They both look solid, and this is the two trimmers. I'm actually excited to work with both of them. They have exactly the same blade, the two trimmers. Literally, have a look yourself. Literally is the same blade and the same system. So I'm not actually worried that one is gonna work better than the other. I think they're gonna be very solid, both of them. The sound of this JRL, I think, is quite unique. It's quite high pitch. It's almost as a whistle. And this one is more like a classic trimmer sound. Still quite smooth. And we have the classic clipper sound with stripe blades. This is a vapor blade, if we can call it like that. It's in between the taper and the fade blade. And here we have a slightly different blade. So the difference between the clipper instead is that the blade here, it looks like a vapor blade, as you can see on the JRL. It's straight, but it has the stripes on, like the taper blade. Whether this is a bit more chunky, the blade, and it's got like a corner to it, still striped, but you can see that there's this kind of different inclination, which I'm curious to try. Both lever sound smooth, so we definitely have a big difference in prices, which I am not sure depending on the country you're at, so I don't want to mention wrong prices, but let's find out, let's test them out, and let's do this Titans fight. So, I'm gonna make this challenge a bit harsher. I'm gonna go with no guards. I'm gonna start, since I've never tried it before, the play clipper. Michael asked me for a creative taper, leaving the edge below, and so therefore it's gonna go this direction, the taper, instead of a classic taper and round it. I'm just gonna go and softly and gently with our open lever build up our first guideline. I'm using a shoulder technique. I'm keeping my shoulder quite tight. So I'm creating a straight cutting line. Okay. Not bad. First impression was quite positive. I'm going to press a bit more on the skin. Quite smooth. Feels great on the hair. And the 0.5 test worked really well, because you went straight through it, which is sometimes something that doesn't happen. Nice. I'm gonna go now with the softy, which is a different type of taper blade, and I'm gonna leave the 2 fingers distance around the darkness of the blend. Essentially, I'm gonna give a C shape to the blend. Now, I can feel that the softy, I guess that's the whole idea of the trimmer. It's less smooth on the taper here, and I need to put a lot of pressure to kind of remove the whiteness, which is something that Michael actually announced me previously. But I still have to say that it's actually quite nice, the feeling of it. Now we're gonna mark up this line, this shape up line, and I have to admit it goes quite smooth on the edge cutting. I'm going a bit higher than usual since we want to go quite sharp on the taper. And we want to create this little gem of little extra edge. Let's say a inverted C cup, if we can call it like that. I mean, the fade feels almost already done. That's quite good. Now we gotta test the 0 here. I don't know, I think it's necessary to give a little shape up to frame up this fade, but I'm not too sure yet, because I feel that with Mikey's curls, a sharp shape up won't fit. So I'm just gonna leave it to see how the blend develop. I'm gonna start with 0, closed lever, and with the corner finger touching the scalp, I'm gonna start to clear up this line left from the trimmer. Two dots. I have to say the lever work is quite interesting and nice. Feels very pleasant, if I can use that term. Now fully open to continue. It got a bit more noisy on the full lever open, which is something to consider, but not necessarily extremely noisy, still very quiet.
It's more than 1 year life already.
So this is 1 year old, as Michael is telling me. Again, this is his clipper. He brought it to me to try it out since we're doing this game of the Titans fight between clippers. So it might be as well the age of the clipper that is actually making a difference. But again, something to consider when you purchase one. Feels quite smooth. I was quite pleased with the work. I'm gonna now just shape up the corner, because I feel for this type of taper I really need the corners a bit more sharp. We're gonna, as I said, keep it a bit more natural. We don't want to go too sharp. So I'm just gonna go and mark up. And I'm gonna keep the rest for the scissor work here on the marking up. I'm going now with my thinning scissors to debulk this area as much as I can. Since we didn't prep the cut as we normally do, so we can debulk the corner. And now, thinning scissors over comb to clean up the dark spots, to create the right transition on the darkness. I'm gonna now use my razor from Tools by Getty to have control over the shape up and to mark up the brightness on the fade as well. So I just want to remind all of you that I don't use any enhancement, so this little edge hasn't been done with any pencil or anything, even if it seems like it, because sometimes even myself I look at it and I'm like, it looks drawn. It's all about being able to leave the darkness in the same spot as I need it. Nice. So obviously longer we leave the hair and harsher and sharper it's gonna look the darkness. Now if you leave it too long, it's gonna look like a dark patch rather than a sharp shape up. And now this is the part that was bothering me a lot earlier, as you noticed. I'm just gonna sharp this up again, this time with a razor, to have the same kind of line that we have on the bottom. Perfect. Now we can go and shave this area with my razor to see how the brightness looks and to start to polish all of this, and then if necessary to go again in the darkness. I'm gonna do my polishing with my beloved Amighetti scissors, which is this is the Vittoria line. It's the new scissors we are dropping soon. I designed these scissors myself with the guys that work with me in Italy from Diego, Aquila Scissors. He's an expert. We've been collaborating for many years and now he's helping me to develop my own brand. Obviously we have a full support from them on developing tools, and it's quite of a unique build up and also it's sharp. This is a little extra. I'm gonna use the POB as well, the Pissed Off Barber shaver, which is new as well. Or at least Mikey brought it to me. He's got the whole set. Mike is very passionate about his tools, so he tries literally anything. Sometimes he tries as well my tools. So we're gonna go and give this a try. Feels really smooth. This is really good. It's kind of crunchy.
I don't feel anything.
And it feels light to the skin.
The blade system inside is different as well.
So out of curiosity, Mike is telling me that the blade system is different. Actually it is. It's got the pivoting motor here and all the blades are belted up.
Magnetic.
It's magnetic as well, I say. So I don't know if it's a pro or a cons. Do you think it's the other way around? Like this? Okay. Don't know if it's a pro or a cons, but definitely it feels different from the traditional shaver. Now, little trimmer touch up on the brightness with the corner with our softy. Funny story, Michael here sitting down on my chair, obviously he's a barber as we said earlier. We actually met like this. We met by him asking me to model for me. That was the first time he came over. He was working in London as well. He's Italian too.
First time I was late.
First time he came very late. I think I got a bit upset.
I didn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
Confused the time.
You were late, but it's fine. And here we are, back to the origin. Him modeling for me. A quick test that I want to do on the beard, dropping down and see if he's actually cutting or not. This is a technique that I use when I'm in a rush in a barber shop and I don't have the beard service. I just want to create a little transition fast. If you have a good trimmer, you can just go down like this, straight from the little bone here to create a little fade. and I feel this is maybe not the best clipper for it, because it's, as the name says, a bit softer on the cut, and you need something really sharp, I think, to do that with no problems. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the first side, and I'm gonna move now to the other to complete the blend. Okay, we can go now. The new JRL Lamborghini Diamante. I don't have the logo on because this is a tester that they sent me, but we're gonna start and do exactly the same thing. It feels definitely sharper, which in some cases is a good thing. But in my case right now, which I'm trying to do freehand techniques with no guard, is a deterrent. Now, JRL trimmer. Okay, now 2 fingers distance as we done earlier from the dark line. We're gonna carve in the trimmer line. Since we have the trimmer in our hands already, we'll test on the beard. It feels a bit sharper, but I don't see big differences from the soft in this case. But it does feel a bit sharper when you pass it on the face. I'm not gonna lie.
They both feel amazing.
Michael says it feels good as well. Now we can go with the corner of our clipper. Just start to blend in the little transition. Two dots. Fully open. Now, scissors over comb, and we're gonna create a transition. Now, as we mentioned earlier, normally I debulk all of this previously with my scissor work, with my sectioning work. Obviously this time things were slightly different because of the condition of the hair of Mikey. It's quite nice as it is. We didn't feel like any prep work should have been done. It was quite short already. And we are just working on it as it is. That's the only case where I don't prep the fade, is when we have short hair already and there is no need to prep it. So I don't want to cut the top. I can just detail the blend and carry on. But obviously the transition is going to be a bit harsher on the darkness, especially with no guards. So I'm just going to go now and clean it all up. Now, with our razor, I'm gonna mark up the shape up. Gonna go and retouch with open lever again, some details. With the fear of going too high, since this is sharper, I left the corner here slightly softer. So I've been cleaning this up with the thinning scissors, and now I'm prepping the rest again with the corner to clear up the areas that they stay a bit too dark. Drop at half lever. And now 0 to clean up this edge over here. I'm gonna once again clean up here with the razor to brighten up the whiteness. And now same thing again as the other side with the corner of our trimmer. We're gonna polish the little details. The secret is to be really gentle for two reasons. First one, you don't want to create a little hole on the fade. Second one, you don't want to make the skin too red as well, and then find yourself in a pickle because you cannot actually blend it. Once the skin looks red, that will destroy the fade, visually speaking. It's gonna look like dirty, if I'm making sense. Okay, not too bad. I'm actually very pleased with both clippers. And with both sides result. Now with our flat scissors, I'm gonna clean up all the dark spots. To finish up, a little touch up with a shaver. The last polishing with our flat scissors. I'm gonna give a little touch more with a razor here, just to give that sharpness, since I touched up the line up earlier. Last but not least, we're gonna do the neck test. Feels good. Mikey confirm. Perfect. perfect. We're gonna go with the softy. Feels really good. I think blade wise they literally have the same blade. We're gonna apply some styling powder from my grooming company all throughout the hair to generate volume and give a bit more of texture to the curls, especially on the front. I want to give a bit of volume to the curls. To give a bit more of styling to the whole cut. This is the POB side, and this is the JRL Lamborghini side. So guys, the test was done. I was really impressed with both brands, which is great. And you can see throughout the video my consideration on the clippers. I hope you like this Titans fight, and I'll see you at the next episode. Write down in the comments what do you want me to compare next and what clipper you want me to test next. And also what techniques you want me to test next, because I've been playing with guardless techniques. Maybe we can try some guards. In the end of the day, I create this content for all of you. So write down what you want to see next and I'll make sure I'll prep it for you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It makes a big difference for all of us. Thanks again, YouTube. I'll see you at the next Titans fight.